When I was in my early 20s, I once slashed my younger brother's car tires, all four of them, because I was so angry at him. Yeah, that actually happened. And you know what? That's not the worst thing I've done because of my anger. Hi, I'm Mike Veny, mental health speaker, certified corporate wellness specialist, author, and angry person. I've lived with anger my whole life. Not the cute, oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed right now kind of anger. No. I'm talking about this deep, ugly, burn everything down, hold my breath till I explode kind of anger. As a kid, I was basically a walking rage volcano. Teachers couldn't handle me, and therapists tried everything. My first time getting expelled in school was in the fourth grade when I was in Catholic school. I didn't like the way my teacher, a nun, was talking to me, so I punched her and told her to blank herself. After that, I was put in a different school where my desk once mysteriously flew out of my hands into the direction of my teacher, whom I cursed out as well. True story. I searched and searched for answers. Anger management techniques didn't work. Deep breathing, please. Journaling, tried, burned the journal. Therapists switched them like socks. Everyone said, you just need to calm down. That was not helpful. If calming down was that easy, I wouldn't have been Googling, can you go to jail for punching a wall at 2 a.m.? Then I came across a different idea, a philosophy of anger. My anger was on full blast when I experienced a severe mental health breakdown in 2017. I was desperate, trying to stay alive and keep myself out of jail. That's when I discovered Jon Terrell, a psychotherapist who specializes in difficult emotions. Reluctantly, I signed up for one of his difficult emotions retreats. I didn't want to go, but I showed up anyway. And I left with something I didn't expect, a completely different philosophy on emotions, especially anger. Not anger management, not anger suppression, but anger as a messenger, a guide, a raw force that, if understood, could actually help me heal. That shift changed everything. Because here's the truth. Anger is not the enemy. Anger is a signal. It's raw, it's real, and it's often trying to protect you, but it has no map. It doesn't know where to go or what to do. So what happens? You explode, you implode, or you numb until it leaks out in traffic, in your relationship, at a dinner party, or in a YouTube comment section. What I discovered, and what I want to share with you today, is how to turn anger into power. Real power, the kind that brings confidence, peace of mind, and results. I'm not about pretending that you're not mad. It's about learning how to use that fire like fuel. I spoke about this recently in front of thousands of people at the Family Cafe in Orlando, Florida. It was the closing keynote, and I told a story about how I finally made peace with my anger. Let me show you the clip. Anger is the great protector. It's an outward display of power. If it had a voice, it'd be saying, I don't like what you're doing. It's also saying, listen to me. Anger is an outward display of power. Now, I told you I do drumming. This is me, by the way, doing drumming with the Wounded Warrior Project's physical health and wellness team. And thank you. And thank you to those of you who are in our military or have served our country. Please give them a round of applause. And so I got to be honest with you. In my job, I have to travel with my drums around the country all the time. And I have this giant box. This is my giant box. So any client that hires me, I have to tell them there's a giant box coming that looks like a coffin. Seriously, and it's got my drums in it. These boxes cost about $1,500 a box. They take about 2 months to make. It's a very important investment. So I get to West Virginia for a state conference where I was supposed to be the keynote and deliver a drumming workshop to discover that my box was broken. Now I'm angry. I have to give a presentation and my box is broken. What am I going to do? I have other drumming events. My drums, I don't know what to do. I was so angry. And oftentimes when we get angry, one of the best characters we can use to understand anger is the Incredible Hulk, also known as Dr. Bruce Banner. In case you don't know him, Dr. Bruce Banner is a mild-mannered physicist, and when he gets triggered, he becomes angry and turns into this green monster who's all about trying to take his power back. It's not necessarily bad or good, he's just trying to take his power back. There are questions you can ask yourself when you're angry. What am I actually feeling? What must be protected? And what must be restored? So let's go back to my drums. So the drum box is broken, and I asked myself the question, what am I actually feeling? And the truth was, I was scared. I was scared that I wouldn't have my drums for other events, and it would cause lots of problems. What must be protected? My drums and my business. What must be restored? My trust in the shipping process for my drums. Asking myself those three questions help calm me down and get to the root of the anger. Here's how you can transform anger into power. Pillow punching. Notice I said pillow punching, not a person, okay? Also, foot stomping. For those of you that have a meeting at work with someone that's going to make you really angry, and you're already getting angry, if you go outside and just do this, you start to feel more powerful. And anything healthy you can do to take your power back. That's how you transform anger. Here are some of the benefits of anger when you use it for the greater good. It becomes honor, conviction, healthy boundaries, protection, healthy detachment, decisiveness, passion, and leadership. It's important that you learn to use anger and other difficult emotions for the greater good. Notice I didn't say with anger, hostility, and violence. Those are a no-no. But using it for change is so important right now. If that hit you, even a little, I want you to know something. You're not broken, you're not too much, and you're not alone. Anger can be one of the most durable, efficient tools you have for growth if you know how to work with it. When you stop shaming your anger and start partnering with it, everything changes. You gain assurance in who you are, you stop feeling out of control, you stop apologizing for existing, and you stop wasting energy fighting a part of you that's actually trying to help. So, what can you do now? Here are 3 things that help me and might help you. 1, give your anger a name. I call mine the animal. When the animal shows up, I don't fight him, I listen. That simple shift gives me back control. Number 2, find safe ways to express it physically. I play drums, you might lift weights, go for a run, punch a pillow, not a person. Whatever works. Anger is energy, get it moving. Number 3, practice what I call the power question. What is my anger trying to protect right now? The answer will often shock you. It will always point to something you value. And if you want more tools, more peace, more confidence, more proven ways to grow through your rage, we've got full anger transformation courses on the Open Sesame platform. There's a link in the description. If you've ever felt like your anger's too much or like no one gets it, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment, tell me your story. No shame here. This is a judgment-free zone where we get real. If this video gave you even one helpful insight, hit like so the algorithm knows that people need to hear this. And if you want to go deeper on mental health, check out the other videos on my channel, like the one on emotional resilience, or the story I tell about why drumming saved my life. Share this with someone who needs it. You never know who's silently struggling. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for showing up for you. Remember, your anger doesn't make you broken. It makes you human. And it might just be your most powerful teacher. See you in the next video.